that was an emotional episode, guys. That was deep. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing okay and everyone is doing well. I cannot lie, that episode was actually emotional. Like, oh, who else was cutting onions? Because I was definitely cutting onions. Honestly, too much to unpick and also unpack from tonight's episode. So as I usually and I always say, number one, if you haven't yet subscribed, what exactly are you waiting for? Of course, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Number two, if you haven't yet followed me on Instagram, exactly what are you waiting for? So please be sure to follow me on Instagram as well. And also number three, please to get cozy and comfortable with your heart Abina and your snacks, and I really hope you enjoy the rest of this review. Alrighty, so let's start off with Kaz and Tyler coming back from their date. As you guys know, they went on their last and final date in Love Island. Why am I looking up? There's nothing there. Anyway, they went on their last and final date in Love Island yesterday, and I did say this yesterday and I still do agree with what I was saying as well, because some people on the timeline were just like, oh, you can tell that Tyler isn't that really into Kaz, because if he was, he would have made her his girlfriend. And I was just thinking, no, I do like the fact that they are taking this slow, and I said it yesterday, I'll say it again. You need to remember that although Love Island, they've been with each other for the past couple of weeks, and they have of course got to know each other, Love Island isn't real. They are low-key living in a bubble, and they do need to go outside and live the real world to see if their relationship is actually going to work outside of these villa doors. And I love the fact that they are taking it slow, because I think if anything, it shows that he is actually more genuine in wanting to get to know her and not want to rush it. Like, you guys need to experience life on the outside. So not saying that I feel like making someone your girlfriend or boyfriend in the villa is a cop-out. I just feel like it's best for you to make such a decision once you're outside of the villa, because you need to face the real world to see if it's even going to work outside. Definitely sound like Dr. Phil right now. But another thing that I also wanted to speak about was the fact that even though all of this happened with Liberty and Jake whilst Kaz was outside of the villa, even when Kaz came back and of course was just in the girls and Tyler was just in the boys, like, Liberty said nothing about the breakup. And I think that just goes to show how much she actually values her friendship with Kaz. Like, I may be going through something so heartbreaking, but right now is your time to shine. Right now you seem really happy and I don't want to rain in your parade. So yeah, that was really sweet, very sweet. So let's move on to Millie. As you guys know, Millie ended up getting a text that it was time for her and Liam to go on their final date. We have been saying this from the get-go. Millie is an absolute babe. I think she's so beautiful. Beautiful piercing blue eyes. Like, her eyes are just... Even remember when she initially came on, like, they had their first date, and even people were just like, wow, I'm even feeling something from my house. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like Millie is definitely a very beautiful girl. She definitely does know how to dress, a little fashionista. And her and Liam's date, I did actually say this as well on Twitter. I don't know if the budget yesterday was tight, because her and Liam's date was given all that it needed to give. They had dancers, there was roses, there was lights, there was candles. Like, it was beautiful, honestly, very beautiful. I didn't really pay that much attention to it, because as much as I do think Millie is very sweet, and I guess her and Liam are quite cute, I just a bit bored. Do you know what I mean? I just felt like I was a bit bored, but I do feel they are quite a cute couple. Anyway, let's move on to Liberty speaking with Kaz, and Liberty of course broke the news to Kaz that her and Jake have broken up. As expected, Kaz was 100% shocked, and of course Liberty started crying. But if there's one thing that I really loved, and this is the thing as well, although it is quite a sad situation for Liberty, I feel like it's so beautiful in itself as well. And I love the fact that she's also been able to see the beauty in the storm. Wow, I'm really going in today. But I do love the fact that she's been able to, even she said it herself, she said, you know what, I may not have found the love of my life in this villa, but I found self-love. And that's what is the most important, because you need to understand that when it comes to relationships, whatever you allow is going to continue. And if you tolerate certain things like that and your partner sees you tolerating it, it's something that's just going to continue. So I'm very happy that not only is Liberty very, very, very self-aware for her age, like she's literally only 21, but she does have a very good head on very good shoulders. And I love the fact that she's staying true to herself. Even another thing as well that Kaz said that you may not have found the love of your life, or you may not have found love in Jake, but I found love in you. And I said, wow, give them the 50k, please. It was honestly just so beautiful. I was just like, oh my days, can these girls get any cuter? And you guys know from my first review anyway, I have already been saying that I did actually predict that Kaz and Liberty will form an amazing bond in the villa. And I'm very happy that not only have they been able to do that on the villa and in the villa itself, they've also been able to allow that to transpire to our screens, that we're actually able to see the transfer of love and energy and sisterhood between them. And I honestly do think out of all of the series of Love Island, because I've literally been watching since series 1, but out of all of the series, I do feel like they have the best friendship that I've seen formed on TV. Another thing as well that I did say on Twitter that I'm also going to repeat here is you can tell that Kaz is very genuine and Faye isn't. And yeah, I'm going to keep talking about Faye not being genuine, because look at the way Kaz actually responded to Liberty speaking to her. Kaz didn't interrupt her once. She allowed her to speak, she allowed her to feel, she gave her opinions, and she wasn't doing it in a very judgmental way, but she was doing it in a way to be understanding and catering to Liberty. And that's the type of friend that you need. When Liberty was speaking to Faye, Faye even voiced it like, oh, you know, I don't even like Jake. Do you think she wants to hear that the person that is causing her to cry is someone that you don't like? Read the room, babe. Honestly, read the room. And that's why I say it would have been so lovely for Kaz to have been there yesterday. I'm a huge KIBERTY fan, and it's such a shame that we gotta see it end. Sad. It's honestly such a shame that the friendship is coming to an end on our screen. On our screen, because I definitely feel like outside of the villa they are definitely going to maintain this friendship, but their bond is beautiful. So let's move on to Liberty pulling Jake for a chat. Keyword Liberty pulling Jake. But yeah, the vibe that he was given was very interesting. I even tweeted it as well, like he was really rocking that black today, black hat, black top, black shorts, and they ended up having a chat. It was very short, very brief. I did say this yesterday and I'm going to say it again. I'm still low-key on the fence about Jake, and I think that's quite interesting because I was definitely on the other side just a couple episodes ago. But I feel like maybe he just doesn't understand Lib's love language. Like, it's not that I think he doesn't love Lib. I feel like he doesn't understand how to love her the way that she needs to be loved and the way that she needs to be appreciated. Like, we as the public are also watching Love Island, and you can easily tell that maybe Lib's love language is words of affirmation, but it's like Jake hasn't picked up on that, and you're actually with her in real life. It's really not given. So yeah, it's not that I feel like he hates her or he doesn't love her. I just don't feel like he knows how to love her the way that she needs to be loved. So Jake, of course, they ended up just kind of like having a mutual just ending, and then he ended up going to bed early. But yeah, there's a lot for us to speak about when it comes to Jake and Liberty anyway, so we'll get onto that later on. Let's move on to Kaz and Lib on the daybed. Kaz, of course, agreed to sleep on the daybed of Liberty, and I think that was actually so sweet. Did you guys notice that the daybed that they slept on was the one that Tyler made? Guys, the cuteness doesn't stop. The cuteness doesn't end. The thing with Love Island is the way that these producers cut and paste all of these clips, you really have to focus your eyes to see the things that you want to see, because they'll be showing us one couple, but the couple that we actually want to see is in the background. But seeing that was just like, oh, it's actually about the little things. And I think that's one thing that I really like about Kyla, and even people saying as well, people that of course are supporting Team Kyla, is that you can see that it's in the little things that you see that he actually does like her. I don't know why people are convinced that he doesn't like her, but I honestly just feel like they're just so sweet. And it's always a lovely thing as well when your partner is friends with like your friends as well, like you guys can get on quite well. But if they could split the 50k 3 ways between all 3 of them, I wouldn't be mad. So moving on to the following morning, of course, Liberty ended up getting a text that it was time for her and Jake to go on a date, and she of course was still in the daybed with Kaz. And I really like the advice that Kaz gave her. Like, Kaz was literally just like, you know, you should just go, but be strong, like keep your head on your shoulders, you know, just be a bad bee in essence. Just go there, be strong, do your thing. And even in the later scenes as well, we can see when Tyler was speaking to Kaz, Kaz was like, in many situations she doesn't actually encourage closure, but she feels like given the circumstance of their relationship and how everything unfolded in the villa, she feels like it was very good that they did go to get closure. So I was very happy with Kaz giving her that advice. Like I said, Kaz is a good friend. What would Faye have said? Shouted? I don't know. But that was actually quite nice. Of course, Liberty did end up going over to Jake. Jake didn't sleep in the room with the other boys. He actually slept on the daybed that's inside the villa. I'm so sorry guys, I actually thought I saw something from the corner of my eye, and I'm the only one at home, so what's that? So they decided that they were going to go on the date together, and Liberty was looking all types of cute, and Jake also saw it as well, because Jake was like, oh, you're beautiful. And I was like, is that a compliment, Jake? So their dates was actually on a yacht, and that's what I mean, like, was the budget tight yesterday? Like, yacht, swimming pool with petals. Yacht, swimming pool with petals. I don't know. In all honesty, I loved the fact that they were able to just have an honest conversation about how each of them were feeling. I don't know if I've ever seen Jake even open up like that since Love Island has started. So I honestly do feel like it does show growth on both ends of the spectrum. And they were just speaking about, you know, we don't have to hate each other. It's fine for us to, like, you know, be on good terms. I think you're a great guy. I think you're a great girl. But just there's clearly just something that's just not there. Like, we're just bumping heads too much. And it is best that we part ways. Whilst on the yacht as well, they actually did decide that they were going to leave the villa together. And you guys already know that this was already leaked as a spoiler this morning. You know, I think it was at like 10 AM that it was leaked as a spoiler that Lib and Jake were leaving the villa. So Liberty and Jake get back to the villa, and they're just like, guys, can we meet around the fire pit? And everyone knows that whenever anyone is around the fire pit, it's never good news. So everyone was low-key a bit shocked, like, oh, fire pit, this must be serious, like what exactly is going on? And Liberty and Jake of course ended up telling the islanders that, you know, you guys already know we're not together and anything like that, and we don't actually want to take the shine away from you guys' relationships and the bonds that you've actually made in this villa. So we think it's actually actually best that we just leave the villa and that we're just going to go. That was sad. That was actually very sad. And once again, I feel like we saw more emotion with Jake from this whole situation in this moment in time than throughout the whole season. And that's what I mean. Like, although many people do say, oh, you know, like Jake is a snake, Jake is this, Jake is that, I do feel like it's not that he hated Liberty. I just feel like as much as he did love her, he just doesn't know how to love her the way that she wants to be loved. It was quite emotional, of course, like everyone was crying, everyone was hugging. I'm not trying to be heartless, and please let me know if, like, am I being heartless here? I don't know, but when Faye was crying, I was just like, okay. I don't know if I'm desensitized to Faye, because even in such an emotional situation like this, when she cried, I was just like, you know what I mean? But when Kaz started talking, and you know, like when a girl starts crying and like their voice goes a bit shaky, I literally, guys, my eyes were getting watery, and I was like, Sarah, get it together. It was such an emotional episode. I definitely felt it. People on the TL felt it as well. And I think that just goes to show the type of personality and the type of person that Lib is, because it shows that she wasn't just in Love Island to, of course, maybe grow her following or to make money or do that. She was actually in Love Island for love. And I love the fact that she held her head high and she didn't allow her feelings for Jake to overpower the way that she felt like she should have been treated, especially when she felt like she wasn't being treated okay. So of course, Jake and Lib ended up leaving the villa together. And in all honesty, it's just bittersweet, isn't it? It's actually just bittersweet. But I am very happy that she left with her head held high. It shows that she has a lot of integrity. I think for 21 years of age, that she's absolutely phenomenal. And I feel like not only was this a lesson for her as well, in order for her to develop with self-love and to also teach herself what she deserves and what she feels like she needs out of a partner. I do feel like that there are literally hundreds of thousands of girls who watched today's video, not today's video, sorry, who watched today's review and actually was able to draw strength from Liberty's actions as well. And I think that's honestly just so beautiful. It is very sad to see her go, but I'm very happy that she left with her head held high and her standards even higher. That was a word again. So yeah, guys, those are my thoughts on that episode. As you know, we did already receive a glimpse into not tomorrow, sorry, because today's Friday. Oh yeah, today's Friday. I actually forgot. We already received a glimpse into Sunday's episode in which Chloe and Tobias are going on their date. If I remember correctly, I think it's like in the woods and there were ornaments with their pictures and names on it. I think I saw that. I hope I saw that, or else I'm seeing stuff, but that's what I think I saw, so I think that's what ends up happening. And also the parents are coming, and I really like it when the parents and the family comes, because they're able to give their genuine feedback from outside in, what they think about the people's partner. So that will also be quite interesting to watch as well. But guys, Love Island is literally ending in 2 episodes, meaning we only have 2 reviews left, which is so crazy. But yeah. So yeah, guys, that is the end of today's review. As always, I'd love to hear you guys' comments, your feedback in the comment section below. Like, I love reading them because I like to see if we think the same, or even if you think differently, like, it's okay. But I do love seeing what you guys do have to say about the episodes. As you know, today is Friday, so our next review is not going to be till Sunday, and that's going to be our second to last review together. Wow. It's actually deep, guys. It's actually so deep. We've been doing this for what, 49 days? 47? Whatever episode this is, we've been doing it for that amount of days. So it's been so lovely going with you guys, and I'm going to say something on Sunday's video anyway, because I'm thinking of live streaming Monday's finale. I think that'll be quite good, so that we can actually interact as the episode is going on. But I'll let you guys know what I think, and yeah, we'll do that anyway. We'll talk about that another time. But yeah, as I usually and I always say, number 1, if you haven't yet subscribed, please be sure to. Number 2, if you haven't followed me on Instagram as well, please be sure to. And number 3, please do take care, have a lovely weekend, and I shall see you in our next one. Bye.